Welcome back to Street Switch Photography. Breaking news. Migrant manhunt after man was accidentally freed from jail from Epping, if you remember him. Yeah, let's roll the intro. So yes, we're back with another one. We've just received some breaking news on the internet that the man from the Epping Migrant Hotel has basically been released from prison accidentally. He's been seen. It's over on Talk TV. We'll go over to Talk TV and actually take a look and see what it is that's actually happening. Here is the feed. Let's listen.
Do you know what? We've decided to drop the sport because this is such a big story. We're going to give you full coverage of this. The Epping Hotel migrant who sexually assaulted a girl, the 14-year-old girl, the paedophile who sexually assaulted her. His name is Hadush Kebatu. He's on the run after he was
Hadush Kebab?
Accidentally released from jail. This manhunt is underway.
Accidentally released. How true is that? Accidentally released. Now this is what comes of not actually having documentation when you come over on the boats. They don't know who you are. Now he's on the run. This is a dangerous man that has been charged from Epping Hotel, an illegal migrant that came over on the boats, and now he's free, walking the streets. Last seen, let's go and have a look where he was last seen.
He was at the Epping Hotel, the Bell Hotel. There were huge protests there, peaceful protests mostly, about that. He was then convicted, he was put in jail, and at the point where he was being moved from jail, we think it's Chelmsford Prison, moving him towards a detention centre, he was released by mistake. This is massive.
How do you release somebody by mistake? How do you release somebody by mistake? Quite interesting that, isn't it?
Embarrassing. The Justice Secretary David Lammy is said to be furious about it. A major operation underway. We got some of the details of what
that
will
makes
be happening.
sense now. David Lammy. Okay, so it's because David Lammy. Right, now we understand. Because David Lammy is as thick as pig shit. Literally.
Chelmsford, who've been telling us they've seen police helicopters and so on. Kebatu was found guilty of touching and trying to kiss a 14-year-old schoolgirl in Epping near the Bell Hotel on the 7th and 8th of July. He was...
Now this is why we had the riots and stuff outside the Bell Hotel. This is the original reason why there were protests outside the Bell Hotel. The original reason why the police were bringing in the far left to try and antagonise the people that were protesting, locals outside the Bell Hotel. He was arrested, he was convicted, he was sent to jail and then let back out again. Work that out.
Was there. This led to a wave of demonstrations outside the Bell Hotel. He was staying an asylum seeker from Ethiopia. A range of guests, including Vanessa Frake, who is a former prison governor, coming up. A prison service officer has been removed from duty. We're being told the Breaking Line prison service officer removed from duty after the convicted sex offender paedophile Hadush Kebatu, who sparked protests in Epping, was accidentally released from jail. It's understood a prison officer has been removed from duties. Clearly, this is a very, very significant screw up. There is a paedophile on the loose in Essex. Jill in Cornwall has some thoughts on this. Jill has given me a ring on 0344 499 1000. Jill, you're very welcome to the programme. What would you like to say about this absolute farce?
Hi, Peter. Well, for goodness sake, how incompetent can we honestly have within the police force, the justice system? And David Lammy's got a damn cheek, he has, because at the moment this government is releasing sex offenders from...
This is why I've just said, was it accidentally, or are they just saying it was accidentally because somebody's actually noticed it? Now, he's actually been seen with his prison issue bag that he usually has.
Prison anyway.
Don't know whether they'll mention it.
If this chap had only sat in the car a bit longer, maybe he would have been out before breaking the law again. Do you know, I cannot believe that...
They're putting people at risk by having these people here now. And if this doesn't prove it, nothing else will. And do you think for 1 minute that after this, on Monday, it's going to be very interesting, isn't it? Because this will be mentioned in the Houses of Parliament. Do you think Keir Starmer, for 1 minute, will make sort of any attempts to answer any questions about this? Will he admit that we need some sort of lockdown and stuff like that in Great Britain to do with the borders? Nah, of course he won't. He wants him here. It's been revealed what his game is. His game plan's up. Let's carry on with the video.
It's comical and it's tragic as well, Jill, and it's just a farce. It's an absolute farce.
Well, it's awful to think that this particular... I mean, we've got so much in the news at the moment to do with sex offenders and pedophiles and goodness knows what. And now we've just released one into the public.
Well, you're absolutely right. It's a massive screw-up, Jill. Thanks for your call. Prison officer has been removed from duties after Kabatu has been...
He was put in prison. Mind you, saying that he might escape.
Released this Ethiopian paedophile on the loose in Essex. What a complete and utter farce. Will Geddes is with us, the security expert. Will, what on earth...
What's better after
Let's get past the advert. Let's see what else he says, and then I'll pop over to GB News and see what they're saying about it. Very interesting.
How to start Tai Chi work.
Get off. Skip.
Chance that this individual probably made friends on his way over, has made friends within various communities who may aid and abet in hiding him.
Let's have a look at GB News.
Right, well, let's return to the breaking news that the police manhunt is underway to find the Epping Hotel migrant sex attacker after he was accidentally released from jail.
Accidentally.
Honestly. Well, let's speak to former Scotland Yard Detective Peter Plexley, who joins me now. Peter, I'm feeling an episode of Keystone Cops coming here.
Now, it's going to be interesting to see what he loses his shit sometimes, so let's see what he says.
Well, this is what you get when you've got David Lammy as a Justice Minister, Shabana Mahmood as a Home Secretary and a Labour government. It's quite frankly appalling. All those...
And it just happened to be an illegal migrant. What are the fucking chances?
People now who went to the streets of Epping to protest surely have been entirely vindicated, and there will be further protests now because an ineffective criminal justice system has just released a dangerous...
This hasn't added fuel to the flames as much as chucked a box of dynamite on it, has it, really?
...sex offender back onto the streets when he should be behind bars. It's an utter disgrace.
Well, of course, it's not. I guess it's not really Labour's fault in this respect. And David Lammy is said to be furious about what has happened. So they weren't directly the people who would have stopped this person from escaping. But it is just the
accidentally.
The mess of it all. How would that happen? I just don't get it.
Well, probably administrative errors, but you've got to remember, and I'm going to challenge you now on whether the Labour government have some responsibility for this. It was Shabana Mahmood as Justice Secretary that started the early release of prisoners. It's her that's pushing a bill forward, which is going to release more prisoners early. And what I suspect happened was this prisoner, who should not have been released, was probably swept up among a batch of prisoners who were being early released.
Accidentally on purpose. What do you think, Miss Mahmood? What do you think? She thinks that she's going to be the next Prime Minister of Great Britain. This is the move that Keir Starmer is making because he knows he isn't going to last much longer. You've just fucked that. Completely. In fact, Labour, they've just... Imagine David Lammy as the... oh, God, that'd be awful.
Guest. So, yes, responsibility does lay with the politicians. It's them who are letting prisoners out early to free up prison space because the system is overcrowded and not fit for purpose. And the whole criminal justice system is in an absolute mess, from policing at the front line to the CPS, to the courts, to the prisons, all the way through to probation. And this is
I do not believe for 1 minute that it was accidental. I can't remember another time where a prisoner has been released accidentally. They've escaped.
Perfect example today of how Britain is becoming increasingly more dangerous.
I mean, I think when she said early release, she didn't mean that early. And also we need to, some of the blame of this, if we are going to blame people, it has to fall on the fact that the previous government didn't build more prison space or do anything really, and left it in a very critical position. But still, there was space for him, and this is purely some sort of administrative error caused by people just not really paying attention. This makes Britain look like a laughingstock, doesn't it?
That's because we are a laughingstock. Thanks to Keir Starmer, David Lammy and Miss Mahood. These are the people, thanks to the whole Labour government and down at local authority level. Now, there's recently been sort of rumours about Keir Starmer actually trying to get Miss Mahood to become the next Prime Minister of Great Britain. I don't think that's going to work now. I think this may have just blown that out the water sort of thing. What do you reckon? Leave a comment. Let's go back to the video.
Regretfully, this once great nation is a laughingstock in so many regards. Dingies pulling up in their hordes, thousands of people illegally flooding into...
Here's an idea. What everybody should do is go onto Amazon, go and buy a big foam hand with a finger on it, and then all stand outside number 10, just pointing and continuously laughing at Keir Starmer, whilst in the background singing Keir Starmer's There you go.
To this country, the crime on the streets of Britain increasing every year, becoming more lawless, more dangerous. And I'm afraid this nation is a laughingstock already. And I've got friends who live over the pond in America, and they just shake their heads when I talk to them about what's happening in the UK.
And what message does it send to other migrants? Of course, because if they are arrested, they know they could...
Well, it says that basically it doesn't matter what you do, whether you go and rob a shop or do what he did. You're going to be out of prison because you'll be accidentally on purpose released. Especially when you've got somebody like as thick as pig shit David Lammy, who thinks white smoke is racist. I mean, let's be honest, he didn't even get one question right on University Challenge. I'm as thick as pig shit and I could have got more questions right than him. Jesus Christ.
Potentially abscond in such an easy manner. I mean, he's on the loose now as we speak.
The message being sent to migrants is come to the UK. You'll get in. You'll get a free hotel. You'll get free clothing. You'll get free food. In all likelihood, you'll be allowed to stay, and then you'll get benefits. And then you can you can break the law if you want, because so many of them go on to it.
I'm pretty sure he's been spotted, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to GB News. We'll go to live, and we'll see what's happening there. This is the live show. This is Patrick Crisis. We'll go videos. That's the one that's on at the moment, I believe. This is the last one. We'll go to live, see what's happening on live. Absolutely nothing. That wasn't very nice, was it? That wasn't very good, should I say. Now, upcoming. But he's been spotted, I believe. I believe he's been spotted. Let's go back. Back again. Back again.
Easy manner.
Back again. Let's have a look down here. Beyond, blah, blah, blah.
Come to see Mr. Verloc. Still important from the continent? What is it you want?
Do you know what? We've decided to drop the sport because this is such a big story. We're going...
Let's have a look. So this is live. That's live. So whereabouts is he?
Do you know what? We've decided to drop the sport. Whether this person has been released, this person has been suspended for duties or not. It is understood a prison service officer has been removed from duties. Well, has this person been removed? Has this prison officer been removed from duties?
Let's see what Sky News are saying about it.
News conference to bring you some breaking news now. And an asylum seeker hotel resident who sparked nationwide protests after sexually assaulting a woman and a child.
Sorry, had to do it. after sexually assaulting a woman. It was a school child. Let's get that right. Sky News, here they go with the propaganda yet again.
14-year-old girl in Epping has been accidentally released from jail.
I don't believe that.
Well, our correspondent, Molly Malone, is following these developments. Molly, what else do we know?
Well, it's not yet clear how this was able to happen. What we do understand is that Hadush Kabatu, the asylum seeker, the Ethiopian asylum seeker, who was sent to prison last month for the sexual assault of a 12-year-old girl in Epping, he was due to be deported and hence was on his way.
So if there's any more updates on this, I'll jump straight back on and do another live. But I know that he's actually been spotted somewhere. I'll try and get some more information together. It might not be tonight. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. But keep your eye on the news, not on the mainstream media. They are trying to push completely. They'll try and make him look like an effing choir boy next. That'll be the next thing that they do. But how the hell this man has basically been accidentally released, I will never know. This is going to be on Miss Mahout, this is going to be on Keir Starmer, David Lammy, and obviously the prison system. We know that the prison system is overloaded, and we know that mistakes are made, but not great big mistakes like this that puts people's families at risk. I mean, let's be real. Anyway, this has been Street Switch Photography. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Go and hit the notification bell. Let's roll the outro.
Do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah.